Okay, so welcome back. We have another question from the 8th chapter of Engineering Mechanics by Hibbeler. The mine car and its contents have a total mass of 6 megagram and a center of gravity at G. So we have the mass of this car. If the coefficient of static friction between the wheels on the track is 0.4, when the wheels are locked, we need to find the normal force acting on the front wheels at B and the rear wheels at point A when both brakes are locked. And at the end, we have a question, does the car move or not? So as always, we're going to start with the free body diagram. So we have the free body diagram for the mine car where there are normal forces applying on the wheels. Let's just show it like this. So we have the normal force in here, NB, the normal force in the back, NA, we have this 10 kilonewton, and on top of that we have the weight of this, which is 6 megagram, which means the mass is 6,000 kilogram. So mega is 10 to the 6. So the weight would be mass times acceleration of gravity, which is 9.81. And yeah, we're going to start with our equilibrium assumption. And because we're interested in the normal force on the front and back, we can start with the moment equation about either point A or B. And we have our sign convention. So we're going to have the moment of the 10 kilonewton, which is counterclockwise. So positive 10 times the distance is 0.9. We have the weight, which is clockwise. So it's going to be negative 6,000 times 9.81 times distance is going to be 0.6. Or just notice that I made a mistake. So the distance that we need for the 10 kilonewton is actually to the bottom of the staircase, since this is, so we need this little distance here. So 0.9 actually plus that little distance, which is 0.15. So basically we need to add the radius of the wheel too. So we have also the moment of NA, which is counterclockwise, so a positive NA, and the distance would be 1.5. And because we assume that we are in equilibrium, this is going to be equal to 0, so we can figure out the normal force from this equation. So another thing I forgot to mention that is that we know that this force is in kilonewton, and what we have in here is in newton. So if we want to be consistent with the units, we need to divide this by 1,000. So so basically we have 6 times 9.81 times 0.6, negative 10 times 105, and we're going to divide this by 1.5. So it's going to be 16.5 kilonewtons for the NA. Now that we have NA, just do sum of all forces in Y equals 0. So we're going to have, so NB plus NA negative, we're going to have the weight, which was 6 times 9.81. Again, keep in mind that we need to be consistent with the units, and NA is 16.5, and this is going to be equal to 0, so we can find NB. So basically 6 times 9.81 minus 16.5, so the NB will be 42.4 kilonewtons. But now what we need to check is that if each of these normal force can avoid each of these wheels from slipping. So let's just figure out each of them. So the F static friction for, we can start with the A. So we have mu s times NA. The coefficient we have 0.4 from the question times 16.5. Let's see what we get. So 0.4 times 16.5, that's going to be 6.6. And we have to do the same thing for the wheels at B. So this time we'll have NB 42.4, which is going to be close to 17 kilonewton. So now that we have the friction for each of them, we can see that we have a total of 17 plus 6.6 friction, which is around 23.6 kilonewton friction, and the other force that we have in the horizontal direction is going to be 10. So our friction is way more than the 10 kilonewton applying to the card. So that means the car will not move because the friction that we have is more than this force, and the wheels are not gonna slip. Hope everything was clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.